Hi guys, Kenzie here coming at you December 18th, Tuesday, our last,
Still glitching.
oh, what happened? Our last sizzle of,
Hold on, I'm blogging out.
our last sizzle of 2018. We will have the next two sizzles off, one next week being Christmas and then New Year's to follow. So we'll plan on catching you guys the second week of January. So tonight, we're just going to make it quick. There's a couple things I want to make sure everyone's aware of. This is the first, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, those of you who have been here longer than me, but as far as I know, this is the only time doTERRA has offered a promotion on top of a promotion.
That's what I was meaning.
I can't mute you, listener. I don't know why, but I can't. So the promotion that doTERRA launched this last week is called the Winter Wellness Promotion. And I want to make sure you guys know what that is because it only goes till Saturday. So the Winter Wellness Promotion is just a handful of specific products that we use in the winter that are 15% off. So those products are the Lifelong Vitality, which I've never seen go on sale. So that makes it $67.57. The On Guard hand spray, which makes it $5.52. The On Guard soft gels, which makes them $20.82. The On Guard throat drops are on sale for $12.33. The Breathe drops on sale for $12.33. The Breathe stick on sale for $7.22. The Copaiba soft gels on sale for $27.20, which you can buy two of. The Stronger Blend, which is part of the kids collection, for $11.90. Turmeric for $23.80 and oregano for $20.40. So like I said, this is something that doTERRA has never done on top of the Frankincense promotion. If you purchased all of the products that are on sale, the discounted price is $209.10 with 183 PV. So just know that sale's going on today through Saturday only. And these are really good products to stock up on right now because we're going into January where we all are going to cleanse. And I'm going to share a campaign with you tonight that we're planning on running in January so you can start preparing for it. On another note, let's finish the frankincense conversation. doTERRA has also done something I've never seen. If you ordered this month on an LRP and it was not 200 PV, you are eligible to participate in a promotional upgrade to get your free frankincense. So what they're allowing you to do is place a second order with the PV amount difference from your first order. So let's say you've already ordered 150 PV. If you order 50 PV on your second order with your promotion code, you will be eligible for the free frankincense. Usually you have to order $200 for that order to count for the free frank. So this is an upgrade. Now you'll know if you qualify for that because you got an email from doTERRA today. And the email says, hey, you qualify, here's your promo code, here's the PV difference that you can use to get that upgrade. So this is really important when you're working with customers because maybe the person you were working with, it wasn't on the free frankincense maybe wasn't on their radar at the beginning of the month. Maybe it wasn't in their budget at the beginning of the month. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why they might have not ordered 200 and they might be ready to now. So go into your back office, look in your detailed genealogy, organize it by people who have ordered this month, and look and see who's placed an order that's not 200, because those are people that you should be reaching out to just to make sure that they know about this promotion. On top of that, let them know about the products on sale because those are great products to add to their cart to make up the difference while they can get that additional savings, okay? One other thing to think of, to double check and to post in your groups, if you have an additional group to this group, is if your cart is right around the 100 PV, know that these products are all on sale. So if one of those products is in your cart, your LRP template could be under 100 PV right now. So it's important that you go in and check that you have 100 PV, because you will not receive the fast starts if you don't have that. So make sure your template's at 100 PV. I always like to leave it at least 125, 150, just to make sure that that doesn't happen. Any questions about the Frankincense promotion, how to find the promotional code? There is a promo code that you have to use that's in that email, or any questions about the winter wellness sale? Are we good on that?
Are you recording yet?
Oh, yeah. Am I not? Yeah, I'm recording.
You are? Okay.
Why, is that going to depend on what you're going to say next? Or were you just checking? Are you there, Latara? I don't know where she went.
I'm right here. Sorry, my thing is being weird. It's freezing. Every time I talk, it freezes.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah. So, I was just curious how many people are going for.
You cut out. Are going for what? No bueno, sister. I don't know what's going on with your home internet.
My goodness.
Oh, there you are. Oh, my goodness. Going for what?
Diamond Club.
So Diamond Club, do you want to talk about that for a minute, Latara, qualifications and what they have to do?
Making me mad. Not liking this very much.
We can hear you now. Is anybody on here participating in Diamond Club? Signed up for Diamond Club? It's qualification month if you are participating in Diamond Club. So if you are interested in that, reach out to your leader and they can help you know what you need to do to qualify. Ooh, Whitman's are. Holla. Awesome. Okay, the next thing I want to share with you guys is this really fun campaign. So every month, doTERRA has a promotional committee that's made up of diamond and above leaders who get together to help us put together a folder to share different material about the promotion. So one thing that will be released on December 26th is it's a campaign called Master Your Metabolism. Okay, and it's going to be set up as a Facebook group, and basically it's just a plug-in campaign that you can use for your team. And it's going to talk about weight loss, and it's going to talk about just being healthy and the vitamins and the supplements. They're going to give us a lot of engaging posts. So if you're interested in that content, I can help you get that. So let me know, and I will send you a Google Drive so you have that content, because it's going to be a fun one. And they're asking us not to launch that until January 21st. So everyone's groups will start January 21st. So you'll see a big push for it. But if it's something you're interested in doing with either yourself or some team members, let me know and I can help you get that content set up so you're ready to roll. Questions? I'm going to kick my dogs out of here really quick. All right.
I have a question, Kenzie.
Okay.
Can you put me on the list?
Sure.
Of people to do that?
Yeah.
Thank
you. Know what I'll do is I'm just going to grab this link right here and share it in the group so you guys see it. Now please know that this folder I'm sharing with you is a diamond and above folder. That's where they share it. It's called the Diamonds Promotion folder. but it's great. I think it's full of great content, and I think if you're a leader in doTERRA that you should have access to it. So there you go. You'll find everything for December in there right now, and some good content to post in your groups if you have a group. And you'll see one folder in there is called Master Your Metabolism. There's also some really good content in there for the 15% off sale for this week that you can share with your people. Any other questions about that, the folder, or how to use it?
Yeah, Kenzie, I've got a question. You said that doesn't officially kick off until January 21st. Is that right?
Well, they're going to give us all the content the day after Christmas, the 26th. They've just said, hey, rather than push it out as fast as you can, let's really plan for it and strategize. And they didn't say we had a launch on the 21st, but that's just the suggested date that they asked everyone to launch.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts on, because like a lot of people, if they're doing weight loss goals and stuff like that, they're like January 1st is going to be their go time. Like, do you have any thoughts on?
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of why we're doing this winter wellness sale now, is because we've seen that in the past where the cleanse starts or the the new year, new you, and people are all of a sudden feel behind because they didn't have their products in time for the first. Do you know what I mean? So I think as long as whoever your target audience is, or whoever the people are you're working with, are prepared to do it, then run with it. But if they're not, then I would take the time to make sure they have their products so they don't feel like they're being set up for failure.
Yeah, thanks.
Is anyone doing a cleanse? Is anyone planning on doing a cleanse group or a New Year, New You type class coming out in January?
Kenzie, can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, we are planning, like we have been kind of preparing for that. Mm-hmm. But did you say that doTERRA is doing a group for the Master Your Metabolism, or we should do it individually?
So the doTERRA Promotions Committee, which is made up of like 5 diamond and aboves, have created a campaign that they're giving us access to. So you want to set it up in your own group, or we can partner together. Whoever wants to do it, we could run a big group or break up an individual. It doesn't really matter. But I would do it as close to your own team as you can, just because, then you get to help with your own prizes and kind of run the show how you want it to go. And I know a lot of times when we plug people into a really large group, they can get lost really fast. And we've seen success with that just in oil camp. Keeping oil camp small helps people really buy into the community versus, the overwhelm. Any other questions? I can't hear you, but I saw that you said, can you hear me? No? Want me to unmute you?
There we go. Sorry, I'm a little off my rocker today. The doctors changed my hormones, so I'm kind of I'm still adjusting. So bear with me, because I'm very, very scatterbrained and it's very, very crazy. So, with this promotion and the following promotions, what is the best way to gain momentum on teams that are lacking without doing personal classes?
That's a great question. I mean, I think one thing, when you look at teams that are lacking, number one, I think the first thing you got to realize is just because the volume was there doesn't mean it needs to stay there. There's a lot of people who have joined teams and come to be where they are just because that was how it happened. And so sometimes I think we leave people there because we think we're supposed to do that. So the first thing I would say is look at the volume of that leg and see if it does need to be on that leg. Like, how did the enrollment come in? Who's supporting them? Who's helping them? Is this person still interested in doing the business? Because if not, doTERRA's greatly helped us out with that upgrade option for wellness customers. And that's why that's there. So if you have people who are ordering that need to be somewhere else and it's a good fit across the board, I'm not saying we're stealing people's team members. I'm just saying it's a good transition because they don't have a leader or they're not working or you enrolled them and they just need to be somewhere else. Upgrade their account to a wholesale customer and move the volume.
Okay, next one. Sorry, I have a couple of them. So frankincense and copaiba have been in my life for a very long time. Since copaiba came out and since we joined doTERRA about 6 to 7 years ago, I think, for my neurological misfirings.
Okay.
Hopefully everybody understands what that is. So this is more of an informative thing for all of the teams. I have recently found a doctor that can help with a treatment plan and figuring out what my triggers are, because so far nobody has been able to tell me, not even the Mayo Clinic, what actually causes my seizures.
Yeah.
So I found a doctor that is working with me now, and my first appointment is January 4th. So the whole reason for this whole spiel is if anyone on this call has people that have neurological misfiring episodes and have not been able to get any answers for it, you are more than welcome to contact me and see what plan I'm doing, what doctor I'm seeing, what oils I'm using. For sure, definitely frankincense, copaiba, and DDR prime are my 3 major go-to oils for that. And so this promotion, it would be amazing for those people. But yeah, so it's, and she's even come right out and told me, oh yeah, we can cure your seizures. Well, we'll see what that happens. But the treatment plan is not medication based, which is amazing because most of that stuff is medication based.
Cool.
It is dealing with your innards and your subconscious. So I'm open to you sending people my way so I can relay what I have learned to them.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's going to change your life in 2019 for sure.
Oh, heck yeah. From the age of 14 to 36, no answers. Speculations, but no answers.
Yeah.
I probably was totally off topic on that. Sorry.
You're good. That's awesome. I'm excited to hear more about it.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that in there before I forget.
I love it.
Yeah.
Any other questions? We're good? Okay. Tracy, I love you. Welcome to the call, Tracy. We're talking about everything tonight. It's the last call of the year. It's a smorgasbord of whatever we need to get out. One thing that I wanted to talk about last week, my family and I were really sick, really, really sick. We got hit hard, and it was one of those defining moments as a parent for sure. And I just, through the whole experience of not sleeping for days upon end because of my sick babies and just dealing with being sick myself, I was thinking a lot about our oils, and just really what it comes down to is what a blessing we have. Because even though my oils couldn't cure me, right? The one thing that I turn to them for the most, which in realizing this in the middle of the night, is the one thing I turn to them for every time is comfort, right? Is when I have a 1-year-old who can take no medication, right? Because he's just not old enough. So I can't even offer him an over-the-counter, let's get through this type med. The comfort that I could provide for my child was just so cool. I was just thinking so much about that. And I was thinking so much about my friends my age who have kids who deal with, I have some friends whose kids are always ill. And what's the difference? And why don't people choose to use oils? Obviously, we all know about oils at this point, right? How do you not know about essential oils? So why do we choose to and why do we not? And I think I was just thinking about, well, what's the breakthrough there? And what it comes down to is experience, and it comes down to trial and error, and it comes down to intuition, and it comes down to somebody sitting with me for years and holding my hand as I learn how to use these products, right? And you guys probably always have 1 or 2 or 3 people that you always turn to when you hear of a symptom or you have a symptom or something's going on. We all have our oil guru, right? Mine's my mother, right? I'll call her and we can talk back and forth about what oil to use for what. But I was thinking about that in the sense of a business term and what that means going into a new year. I think a lot of us look for ways to build this business, and we think of it maybe in sometimes the easiest way, right? Like, what's the easiest way to build a doTERRA business? Well, maybe if we just get an email swipe file, or we just send out some texts, or maybe if we just sample enough people, right? But really what it comes down to, when you look at your most loyal customers, when you look at the people in your life who use oils, it's the people that you have a personal relationship with, that you talk to on a daily basis even. This really comes down to a very intentional and a very personal thing. So in looking at the new year, in planning how you're going to build your business, that's one thing that I would invite you to bring to the table is even if you can find 25 people this next year that you can become really close friends with. That's the goal. The goal is to find someone who will text you in the middle of the night when they don't know what to do, when their child has a fever. That's going to be your most loyal customer. That's going to be where the magic happens for you. And I think we all, as we look at our teams, can see that trickle effect of how that's happened. And I think that if we're a little bit more intentional about creating that and making that happen, we'll be more successful in the new year, coming into a new season for doTERRA. Something else I wanted to touch base on tonight is the overwhelm. We now work with if you've been around the block with doTERRA, you know that we have things happening so fast right now. I have a lot of leaders I work with that build international. So you think the US market is crazy. Wait till you get into Malaysia and the Philippines, and there's so much stuff happening inside doTERRA. So I want you to think about what that means for you and how you retain the information and how you pass the information on. Just because you're building doTERRA does not mean you eat, sleep, and breathe doTERRA. It's really important that you're choosing which promotion that you're going to be involved with, what type of things you're going to include on your team. Because what I see happening is overload, right? We have this awesome company. We have so much stuff coming at us. Just this month alone, we've got the 200 frankincense. We got the winter wellness. We're preparing for cleanses. I mean, it's just like, whoo, you know what I mean? It's a lot. So you have to decide what part of that you want to participate in and how you're going to share that. Because what happens when you are overwhelmed and you turn around and try to share it, all people get is overwhelmed, right? It's too much. So you can't call the same customer and ask them to participate on every single promotion. What you have to do as the builder is say, these are the options. Who would this best fit, right? Because, if you've already had people order the 200 and now you're going to call them and tell them about the winter wellness, and now you're going to call them and invite them to this cleanse, it can be a lot. So just because it's so much part of your life, just make sure that you're intentional about your energy moving forward and how you're using the promotions doTERRA is offering to really build your business, especially going into Diamond Club season where there's additional promotions and a lot more classes and excitement. I just wanted to point that out, to be mindful of that. One, to give whoever's on this call that needs the permission to back up this week and slow down and be with family. That's okay. Just because so much is going on doesn't mean you have to be at your computer for 8 hours a day soaking it all in. And then just be mindful about how that information is being received, because we just went from BOGOs to 200 to promotion to we're going to roll out a lot of new exciting things. And I think we'll continue to see doTERRA offer us several promotions at once because our audience is now so large, which is exciting. So just make sure you're managing that accordingly to best fit you and your team's needs. Any questions? Any questions
Can
about
I add something?
Yes, please.
So, I was chatting with a lady today, and actually, I was chatting with my mom mostly, where some of this came about, and this applies to everybody. Everybody has intuition and gut instinct.
Mm-hmm.
You're around a person, you get that nasty knot in your stomach, and you're like, why? What is that? And everybody, most of the time, brushes it off. So with the oils, use your gut instinct, especially doing Diamond Club. If you know that you're going into a strange community and you have maybe a few people that you know, sometimes not so well because you have met them through a friend of a friend or the internet or whatever, and they've joined the team and now you're doing a class for them. The gut instinct plays a huge factor. And then always reach for your high frequency oils.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know what a high frequency oil is? Kinsey, do you?
I do, yeah.
Okay, you'll probably be able to explain it better than I can right now. Can you? I know what it is, for sure. But sometimes the way I relay it is like, oh my God, what is she talking about?
Well, just to keep it really simple, everything has energy, right? Everything has a frequency. So rose is our highest frequency oil. So it's just like putting on a stronger armor than a lower frequency oil. Everything has frequency. Our oils also obviously have frequency. So rose is a very high frequency oil. Frankincense is a very high frequency oil. Just turn to those oils maybe before you would some of the others.
And when you're going into those classes, put spearmint over your heart. Spearmint is the guardian oil. It will guard your heart. It will guard you from all the negativity so you don't take on other people's BS.
Yeah, Terra Shield's good for that too.
Yep.
Especially going into the, those extended Christmas parties with that great family.
Yeah.
Iris, talk to us. You have something.
One of the high frequency oils that I'm really having good luck with is juniper berry.
Yes.
And magnolia and jasmine. Those are three that are really helping out for me.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
I think I have a chart, and if I do, I will put it out.
I'll put that in the rock stars. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And also, if your people are like, oh, I don't need that, I'm perfectly healthy, I don't ever get sick. Most people, that's just a denial statement, and they don't know what the oils are about, and they don't know how to use them, and they're afraid. So in those circumstances, for me, that's when I pull my oils out and say, hey, do you like this smell? Do you like this smell? And most of the time, it knocks people off guard, because sometimes it is an oil that they typically would not like. And if you like that smell at that time, your body needs it. I have hated Whisper and Clary Sage and Elevation since the beginning of my oil use. Elevation, I can handle it a little bit now. Whisper, love it. Clary Calm, use it almost daily. And so that it's just a way to get that interaction. I know everybody does their little samples and handing around the bottles and smelling them and all that stuff. But if you can get that one-on-one with that person and have them go through your arsenal of oils, you and them will be pleasantly surprised what oils their bodies are attracted to.
That's true. Awesome. Thanks. There's one more thing I want to talk about tonight, and then we'll open it up to anyone else who has something they want to share on our last sizzle of the year. And that's stagnant. Okay. One of the things that I have a really firm belief on is if something's stagnant, it's not in process. Okay. And so I feel this way strongly about money. Okay. I don't keep my money piled somewhere. You got to keep it in motion. Even if part of that motion is in certain saving accounts or whatever, you got to keep it flowing. And sometimes when we look at our doTERRA business, we got to think about how can I keep my business in flow? And one thing that I see a lot as leaders is we purchase this awesome material that we're going to use. We're going to use it for promotions. We're going to use it for giveaways. We're going to do this thing. And next thing you know, we got this deep, dark closet of doTERRA land that is out of date. Okay? So if you're looking to make some movement in your doTERRA business in 2019, sometime over the next week and a half, clean out that closet. If it's expired and can no longer be used, it's time to get rid of it. If you can use it somewhere or gift it to someone or leave it somewhere, like the living magazines or different pamphlets and stuff like this, put your business card, staple it on, and leave it somewhere. Take it to the library, take it to the coffee shop. Get it in motion, because it being in your home is not helping you. It's stagnant. That's the same thing with books, right? Like we buy a case of books because we're going to give them to all of our new enrollments. Awesome. If you still have the books, if the books are out of date, find people in your organization to give those to today. Maybe they're going to do some kind of order this month or whatever it is. Move the product that you have. Because if your business tools aren't in motion, your business is not in motion. So just be mindful of that and get the stuff moving.
Also, sorry, I'm totally taking over. I'm sorry.
You're awesome. We're co-hosting tonight. I'm loving it.
So, something that I have recently learned with my rank advancement is that everybody has that troubled person, that troubled leg, that person that is just wanting to collect a check. And I know, well, for me personally, I struggle with that because of the fact I have to put in all that work to build that team if I want to go anywhere. And for me, it's very, very mind draining, emotionally draining, physically draining, and I struggle with it a lot. One of the things that Natalie talked to me about with this rank advancement was that look at it as a blessing. You are blessing them along with blessing yourself. If you look at it in a negative light, as in, oh my gosh, all they're doing is collecting a paycheck. They're not doing anything. They won't even make a simple phone call to tell their friends what the promotion is. They're literally just sitting there collecting a paycheck. It's very, very hard for me to get my head past that. And she had just said, you know, think of it as a blessing. You are blessing them. That is one thing that you are able to do. And then it blesses you also in the long run. But if you keep that negativity built up and you're constantly saying they're never going to do anything, all they want is the money in the pocket, blah, 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 it's going to stay that way.
Definitely.
If you pray blessings over them. You know, wake up every morning and just say, okay, this morning I am going to do this and this with this person, and it's going to be a positive no, and I am going to bless this person and bless this team. It's hard. It's very, very, very hard.
At least she's
I'm not saying
right?
it's easy, but it's very, very, very hard
to
do something like that.
I think your intention, is huge. What you intend for that team will speak and flow through that team, and the people that need you will show up and they'll know how to contact you or find the right person. Or I definitely agree with that. Tracy says, why use them? What are they supposed to do? What, Tracy?
Oh, I meant the high vibration oils. What are high vibration oils supposed to do?
To help your own vibration, because we also have a vibration and a frequency as humans. And so, I mean, you think of it in terms of like when you're feeling really good and you feel like that, almost like that, it's so good to be alive high. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're in that groove, it's a lot of times because of the frequency that you're on. And so you can tune into that by using, higher frequency oils.
Okay.
And if you have a lot of GoPro books, what a great way to, try to find a way to give those away or to sell them, or, throw it out there to your people that, what the book's done for you. And shoot, any business tool like that, I would hand out like candy.
Yeah. Anybody here need any GoPro books?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd try to move them. I mean, I really would. I'd send them out as a Christmas gift.
Oh, yeah, that's an idea.
Yeah.
You were talking about, overwhelm. And, with BOGO week in, November coming right there at Thanksgiving, that, just to try to coordinate all of that and to have family in, that, I did it, and all of that, but it definitely is made for the letdown in December.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, I made Premiere, I put it together, I got it done, but now I'm like, oh, never mind,
Yeah.
And it's hard to keep that, for me, at least this month, that momentum.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm talking is balancing that, right? Because we always want our business to do well. And we never want, it's hard when you're training someone or teaching someone about how to build doTERRA. You don't want to do it in waves, right? You want people to climb the ladder.
Right.
So that's the whole name of the game, is figuring out, well, how do I climb the ladder? What fits and flows best in my life? So you can do that. And the biggest thing really is retention, right? So now you have all those BOGO orders. The goal by next BOGO would to be get these people that just participated with you a loyal customer. So when we do the next BOGO, we're working with a new pool of people. And you know what I mean? You're stepping up that ladder versus going back to that same pool.
That's, yeah.
You know what I mean? And we see that a lot with the elite and premier level because you're kind of working within your circle still.
Yeah.
But as a diamond or even a gold or platinum, working with 3 or 4 people who are elite and silver, now we're working within 3 or 4 different pools plus their own. It's a lot easier to do than just to go back to your same pool of people.
Yeah. Well, and also the last thing I want to do is make, the people who I consider to be my leaders, kind of crazy,
Right.
with one offer, after another.
Yeah.
So because BOGO's a crazy week.
Yeah.
BOGO just is a crazy week.
It is.
Yeah, so I guess I've been really low key about this winter wellness thing.
Yeah. Well, they kind of sprung it on us this last minute, and I don't think anyone really saw it coming because the Frankincense promotion was already running. But looking forward, when you think about the new year, if you use it as a promotion for January, like these are the products you want to get because I'm going to start this cleanse or I'm going to show you how to use. You're helping people prepare for the future. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the whole key. And really theming every single month like that is the key to help people keep coming back. Because like we were talking about, the people want you. They're going to keep coming to your classes because they like to hang out with you. They think you know a lot and you're the person they're going to call in the middle of the night. So just finding the new tools. I mean, it's like we tell people the same thing over and over 100 different ways.
Right.
We really do. So
right.
It's learning how to maintenance that relationship.
Yeah. I had another question, but then I forgot. Oh, well, it'll come back.
Just with that thought too, I think boundaries are really important. As your team starts to grow, you're going to have these people come out of the woodwork that need you and want that piece of you as far as the relationship. It's important. Just because you work from home doesn't mean you're always working. Okay.
Right.
And a lot of us struggle with that. We put on this badge. I'm notorious. I'm famous for this, you guys. It's like I could do it. If the text comes in, I could do it. I mean, I'll drop whatever I'm doing and go do what just came in. And you know what? It's just 100% unnecessary. If somebody needed me right then, they would have called. They wouldn't have sent me an email. But because I work from home, you have to put yourself in that work mode and out of it. So find balance with that this year. I mean, I just did this awesome thing where I set my phone up to not ring before 8 a.m. It's silenced. And at 6 p.m., it's silenced. The only people that can ring through are people on my favorites list. It's been a game changer for me because the people afterwards, they're texting me because it's not important. It's okay to get back to them the next day. So don't be afraid to set up some healthy boundaries for yourself with your business as well. And your people will know when the routine that you usually get back to them. Do you know what I mean? Don't think you always have to be. Like for me, and I know a lot of us are like that, I'm going to answer a text in 2.5 seconds or in 4 hours. Like there's no in between. It's either going to be right now and we're doing this, or I'm going to forget about it and not do it for 4 or 5 hours, right? So set up a healthy boundary for yourself. So as you build, your people know. I think it was Amanda who said when things come into her, she just messages them back and says, hey, I've got some time between this time and this time. I'm going to get back to you. So they know, but it's also just training and helping your team know how to access you and when you're available. All right, y'all. Any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, hopes, dreams, or fears before we wrap up tonight?
So I have some book recommendations.
Okay.
I put them off and put them off and put them off. Amber Croft recommended these books to me over a year ago. They've been sitting in my Amazon wish list for ever. And just recently, maybe 3 weeks ago, probably, I finally bought them. But they are amazing because it helps you. They show you how to use the oils correctly for certain emotions. Granted, the one book is a Young Living book, but you can search what Young Living oil is comparable to doTERRA's.
Yeah.
And the one is called Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils by Caroline Main. And that one I think is important because everyone deals with certain emotional patterns. This book literally walks you through step by step on how to change emotional patterns and what oils to use to help you change the way that you react to your triggers of that emotional pattern. And then the other one is essential oil or emotions and essential oils, and it comes with a little one of these.
The will.
Yeah, comes with the positive and the negative wheel. I'm still working on reading the Releasing Emotional Patterns, but so far what I've read is really, really good, and it helps you subconsciously and consciously know the history of why you react the way that you react, and why your body reacts the way it does to certain emotions and certain triggers.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll give you an oil or a few oils to try to help break that and into a positive mode.
Cool. Awesome. Anybody
So
else?
is that one the Young Living book? What's
Yes,
Aaron?
that one is the Young Living book. It's this one.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was Young Living until after I bought it, and I got it. I probably would have still bought it because Amber recommended it and Amber uses it, but you just have to do the little bit of legwork to figure out what oils you can use instead of Young Living oils.
Can I get in here too?
Mm-hmm.
Because Joyce Turkington has written a book called Generational Emotional Mapping, and it is a lot of the same type of thing.
Yeah,
and
that's a really good book.
Yes, she is not a Young Living person. She's a doTERRA person. I am now trained in generational emotional mapping, and it has changed everything.
Yeah.
So that's another really good one.
Thanks, Iris.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot it, Mike. I'm ready.
Well, I was going to say, as long as we're sharing things that we're learning and book recommendations and things like that, one of the things I've been thinking about going into Christmas, and I know a lot of people will be spending time with family, sometimes it can be hard that the people in your life don't quite get what you're doing. Like they don't quite get oils or doTERRA or why that's what's on your Facebook page all the time. And I think there's kind of two different ways to approach that. I saw a quote this last week. I think it's an African proverb that it said, "The lion does not turn around when the small dog barks." And it's kind of this idea of like, listen, if you're a lion and you're strong and you know what you're about and you know what your purpose is, there's going to be little dogs that bark along the way. There's going to be people that don't get it. There's going to be people that aren't going to, be on board with what you're doing. And that's okay. Just be the lion, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. And then maybe a more compassionate way to approach that. I've been reading or actually listening to the audiobook Rising Strong by Brene Brown, which I would absolutely recommend to everybody. It's very, very good. And she's got a principle in there that she talks about of always assuming that the people that you're interacting with are doing their absolute best. Mm-hmm. Like, take it as a fact, like God himself told you, or like, it's absolutely true. They are doing their best, because when you come at it from that perspective, you can react more with compassion and understanding that just like, you're at a certain point in your journey, they may not be at that same point. You don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know what their whole story is. So I don't know. I just think for me, as we go into this next week here of traveling and seeing some family, that's going to be my mindset, is rather than negativity and getting dragged down by that, just to go into it prepared with the thought of, I know what I'm all about. I know what I'm doing. And I can also be compassionate and understand people are going to be where they're at. And I can just understand they're doing the best they can.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And that is an excellent book. It's one that you can re-listen to over and over again.
You know what? I think she's got a new book out called Dare to Lead.
Yeah.
Too. I haven't read it yet, but I have started Girl Wash Your Face.
It's a great book.
Pardon?
I love that book.
Oh, yeah.
She's got
me
a new
too.
book coming out as well.
Yes.
So awesome.
And I did the 6-day manifestation course with Bree Seeley.
Yeah.
Who wrote Permission to Leap, which was awesome. That was just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how many new people are. It looks like there's not a whole lot of new people on here. So you guys have probably heard this before. But when you're sharing, just remember you're planting seeds. Just because they say no right now isn't no forever. Continue building that relationship, talking with them, finding common ground, and then every once in a while, if a kid gets sick or they get sick, you can be like, "Hey, I've got this oil that'll help you. Would you like to try some?" And if they say no, then that's fine. Don't get down about it or get bummed. Keep pushing on, keep that relationship going, and keep doing that. Something else will come up. Hey, you want to try it? You want to try it? Eventually, they will get fed up of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. And if Western medicine isn't working for them, they're going to be looking for alternative medicine. And you want to be that first one that they contact. And if you are talking to them and constantly suggesting stuff to them, then you will always be in the back of their head.
Yeah.
I have lost lots of leads because I didn't continue with the, hey, I've got this. Do you want to try this? Oh, no. Okay. Hey, I got this. Do you want to try this? Because I got down on myself and thought I was doing something wrong.
I think a lot of times too, just to piggyback on that, it's acts of service, right? We know these people. Do an aroma touch. Like there is nothing that a sick mama wants more than someone to touch her body and not have little people grabbing at her for an hour. Do you know what I mean? Like give her that space. Do it on her children. Use your tools. The Symphony of the Cells is a tool. Just going over to someone's house and teaching them how to do a steam tent is huge. Like boil some water, put it in a bowl, put 3 drops of breathe in, put a towel over your head, put your head under the bowl, breathe it in, sister. Like self-care, if you are not into self-care, like you either do self-care or you do not. There is really no in between. So you really have to hold people's hands as they learn how to care for themselves, because otherwise they just scratch themselves right off the list. It's not that they don't want to buy your product. It's that it's like, well, what would I even do with it? Because they don't even take, you know what I mean? They're not even on their own list.
Yep.
Teaching them the importance of that, I mean, it's just huge.
And if they're not interested in the oils, show them the other product. Face wash, skincare line, lotions. People are always looking for paraben-free lotions, and there's a whole bunch of other chemicals that used to be in lotions and still are, that people are wanting to get away from, that doTERRA has supplied. And my mother-in-law, my ex mother-in-law is a classic example of that. Last Christmas, I gave her Citrus Bliss lotion in her a gift basket, along with a few other doTERRA items. She is completely 100% against oils, doesn't like the smell, says they give her a headache, and is not even willing to try them, even though I know that it would help with her itchy, flaky skin. And she called me just as we got home from Alabama this summer, July or August or something like that. And she's like, I'm out of my Citrus Bliss lotion. Can I order some from you? I absolutely love it. And that's her foot in the door. And so it's crazy.
That is funny. All right, y'all. We're about on the hour. I got a couple giveaways. One is oregano. Who can't use some extra oregano? And the second is ginger. So we're going to give these away. Your camera needs to be on in order to participate. I'm going to stop the recording.